Hi there everybody, my name is Ali and today we will be going to do Wreath room from TryHackMe, and today we will be going to do task number 33 to task number 37 where we will be going to do some more pivoting, and this time we will be going to make a tunnel to the last machine in this network. Then we will be going to do some more enumeration on the gitstack machine and find out a git repository where we will be able to read the source code of the website of the last machine, and then we will be able to get the file upload page where we will upload the PHP file by bypassing some filters and trying to get command execution. So that being said, let's jump in. Now coming to the try hack me room right here, we were able to compromise the first machine, then we did pivoting and we were able to get onto the second machine, and today we will be going to do some more things about this last machine, and that will be a little bit difficult as well. The reason is that there is some sort of antivirus running as well. Now we did command and control as well, that was not related to this one, but that's a better place to learn some command and control as well. So today if I come right at the bottom right here on task number 33, we were having some enumeration and then pivoting and then those sort of things. So today we will be going to do task number 33 to task number 37. So what I will do is right now I will come into my terminal, and right now I am having the access of the middle machine, which is a git stack machine. So I already have done pivoting from the all of the previous videos I have reached here, and just for your information, this time I have done pivoting through sshutle. The reason is that we will be going to make one more tunnel, and I tried out a lot of things. I tried out chisel over chisel, but looks like that chisel over chisel will not work. So two tunnels from chisel, I have no idea about that one, whether that works or no. Hopefully I will try that out as well. But right now what I have done is from my public server, I have created a tunnel to my gitstack machine using sshutle, and right now I am onto my gitstack machine, and now we need to do further enumeration to figure out the last machine and those sort of things. Now from my previous nmap scan, I also know that the IP address of my last machine is 10.287.100, which was given by me by nmap. So I already know the IP address. So what I can do is, the very first thing, I always try to go for ping. So can I ping that machine? So 10.287.100, hit enter, and it doesn't look like that it is pinging me, but that doesn't mean that I cannot ping that one. So if I press Ctrl C right here, so what I can do right now is that this is a Windows machine. Now if this would have been a Linux machine, what I would have done, I can download a nmap static binary, but this is a Windows, so I can go for a PowerShell script that is called, I think so, invoke port scan from GitHub. I can download that one as well. But before going over to that one and going over to the pivoting sort of things, what I would do is I would enumerate this system thoroughly. And in enumerating this system thoroughly, we have done a lot of things, mimikatz, then we did some command and control, we can run winpiece, seatbelt, all of the other things, but let's try to do some manual enumeration as well. So the very first thing, I always go into my C drive and I start over from there. So dir, let's see, I normally go into program files to see what sort of softwares are running and what sort of things, but the strange thing, whenever I see, I always go into that one. And the strange thing which I can see right here is there is a git stack directory. So let's cd into git stack because that looks interesting. So dir, and I am having apache app data git. So git looks interesting because if there is a git, there can be a git repository, so I can get a lot of things from there as well. So if I do cd into git dir, it shows me bin cmd dev etc ming w32, but doesn't look interesting. Cd dot dot dir, then let's go for git php because that looks interesting as well. So dir, and I am having cache config css, and looks like that there is nothing as well. So cd double dot let's do dir again. And there is one more, which is repositories. So let's see repositories then. So I will copy paste. I don't know why my tab auto completion is not working right now, but let's copy paste to make it fast. Dir, and there is website.git. Now this looks really interesting. That's a directory. So if I go into website.git, dir, and I am having some sort of git sort of thing, so looks really interesting. So what I can do is I can download this complete directory onto my Kali machine, and I can use tools like git dumper or git extractor, or I can use a graphical user interface which is called git kraken. Now git kraken is, I think so, trial. So there is a trial of 7 days and that is paid. So you can use basic linux git commands as well, like git log to see the commits. So let's try to do that one. So I will download this complete directory onto my Kali machine. So dir, there is website.git. Now download function of evilwin rm is extremely powerful. So I will simply click on download, do this one, hit enter, and let's see if it works or not. So now the problem is that it gives me download successful quite fast, but if I go into my that one, do ls, there will be no website.git. Now you will be going to see website.git right here, but that I already have done previously just to save my time during this video. But the problem is that it will not download into your current working directory, and I don't know what is the reason actually. So what I will be going to do is I will be going to provide it a full path. So I will say download, then I will do c colon gitstack repositories like this, and then I will say website.git like this, and then I will hit enter, and then it will take a little bit of time, like 4 to 5 minutes or sometimes 10 minutes as well, to download the complete repository into your Kali. So just to save time, I already have downloaded that into my website.git. So if I cd into website.git ls, there is another website.git ls, and here all of these things are here. So what I can do right now is that I can use some tools, because manual things might be difficult, but let's try some manual. So if I do look at the commits, so if I do git log, I think so, git log, fatal, not a git repository. So I think so I need to do one more step backwards. No. So cd into website.git ls, let's navigate into this one and see if that works. Git log. Now I am having a very less idea of git and those sort of things, so I know a very basic commands, so that's why I am having a little bit of trouble right here. So hopefully doing some more machines and doing a lot of practice on git will make it much better. So in the directory where I was having all of the objects and all of the things, I can see git log and I can see the commits. So all of these are from author T. Wreath, so Thomas Wreath, and it says updated a filter, initial commit for the backend, and it says static website commit. Now I would use a tool here just to automate my things and download everything from here. So what I will use is git dumper or git, I think so, git extractor. So let's go to Google right away. So I will say git extractor, or I think so the complete repository is called GitTools. So GitTools, GitHub, and I will be going for this repository, which is from internet WACHE. Let's click on this one. And right now he is having dumper, extractor, and finder. So all of these, so I can download everyone, but I will be going to after extractor, and I will be having this bash script. So I will download this one, click on raw, and click on the copy the link. Let's come back to my terminal, and right here what I will do is cd ls. Let's download that here. So wget, paste the link in, hit enter, and it will download that into my current working directory. So if I do bash extractor.sh, then if I do, let's say, website.git, and download everything into website. So website.git is having all of my stuff right here, and then I am giving it the output file name of website, which means that whatever is in this git repository, download it and transfer it to website. So if I hit enter now, it gives me an error message that there is no .git folder. Okay, so it's by default looking for .git folder. So what if I rename this website.git to .git? So that will be a hidden file, so I need to do ls-la to look at that one. So if I do bash and extractor.sh, and if I do something sort of, I need to provide .git repository, or I can also do a period sign because that is present into my current working directory. So period means current working directory, and then I will give it the output file name. So like this. Let's see if it works. Hit enter, and yes, it does work, and it's download everything. So that's a huge file. So if I do ls cd into website ls, here there are those 3 commits. Now let's go into them randomly one by one. So cd into this one, ls-la. I am having commit meta.text, css, favicon, fonts, image, index.html, and javascript. Nothing looks interesting. Let's come back. Let's go into the first one, ls-la. This time same directory structure, but I am having resources. So let's see what is in resources, because resources was not in the previous one, and I am having a PHP file. So PHP always is interesting. So if I cat index.php, let's see what we have. So upload, and looks like that there is an upload forum right here in the resources directory. So looks like now this I can have an idea here, because I was not having any sort of upload functionality. So might be this file upload page might be on the last machine. Now I'm not exactly sure. So if I cd dot dot and cd dot dot again, let's look at the second one. So second ls, there is again resources, ls-la cd, let's say cat index.php. And if I scroll up here, but right at the bottom it says Ruby image upload, welcome Thomas, Ruby image upload page. So this looks like that there is somewhere file upload functionality going on. And what I will be going to do now looks like that might be the third machine. So right now I need to go to the third machine. So what I will be going to do, pivoting again, but I need to be sure that whether I can like communicate with that machine, or I can do some sort of pivoting sort of stuff. So what I will be going to do is, there is a PowerShell script, because I need to do port scanning over to that machine. Might be port scanning might give us something. If port scan give me that there is port 80 open, I will directly go for a like pivoting, and then what I will be going to do is I will be going into that resources folder and index.php, and hoping for the best that I can see a file upload page. So let's directly go to Google, and I will be going after invoke port scan script. So I will do invoke port scan ps1, and right now we can download anyone from Nishang PowerSploit, that doesn't matter. So let's go to PowerSploit, and I will click on raw. So download this script, copy. Let's come back here, come to my Kali Linux and cd dot dot. Let's come back out of these directories, cd dot dot again. Oh no, TryHackMe-Wreath, and I will simply do wget, paste the link in, hit enter, and it will download that into my current working directory, and there it is. So invoke portscan.ps1. Let's open this in Sublime Text. So invoke portscan.ps1, and that's quite strange. So I will deal it as same that in which I deal invoke PowerShell TCP reverse shell. So there will be somewhere an example right here which shows me how to use this one. So if I scroll down somewhere, yeah, right now here example invoke port scan, we need to specify the hosts, and then we need to specify the host name or IP address. looks like to me. Then I will be going to specify to look for ports. Since this is pivoting and might be a little bit slow because I am still into a tunnel, so I will be going very low port. So I will be going for like top 25 or top 40 or 50. So let's transfer this to my target. So if I cd into let's go into the users directory, dir. Let's download it right here, or let's download into administrator directory. So to upload this one, I will simply use upload command of evilwinrm, and I will simply say upload invoke, and then I will press tab onto my keyboard, and then it will give the complete path, and I will hit enter. So it will upload that PowerShell script into right here. So upload and download features of evilwinrm are extremely powerful. So if I do dir, I will be having invoke power port scan. So let's import that one. So do period. I think so that is /. I exactly don't know about that one, but if it gives me error, I will make it to \. So it doesn't give any error message. So this script has been loaded in the memory, and now I will be going to use this example. So invoke port scan function host, and I will simply copy till here. Let's come here, paste it in, and I will going to look for like, let's say 50 ports. I will remove this T4 from here because T4 might be for speed. Then I will be only, oh I think so that's gone. Let's try one more time. 50, removing T4, and then I will specify my target IP address. So hoping for the best that I get something 10.287.100. So hit enter, and let's wait for some time. Okay, so now my port scan is done, and the good news is that it says that this host is alive, and I am having open ports of 80 and 3389. So 80 means that there is definitely a website running onto this machine, so we need to look over to this website. But the question is now, how do I get access to port 80 of this machine? So we need to do pivoting right here again, and this time I will be going to use chisel. Now keep in mind again that I am onto this machine using sshutle. I am not using chisel because in my previous videos I always use chisel to get over here, but right now I am here using sshutle. So I would highly recommend you that also you go do pivoting part using sshutle, because chisel over chisel, right now I tried a lot but I didn't get success. So hopefully I will be going to show you somewhere in future about that one as well. But right now sshutle and chisel works absolutely fine. So now what I will be going to do is I will be going to Google and downloading chisel.exe. So I will say download chisel.exe Windows, and hopefully from the releases page I will be downloading that one. So right here what I will be going to do is, it's not showing Windows here, so if I click on show all 26 assets, somewhere there will be Windows. So I will be going to download chisel 177 Windows AMD 64.gz. looks this one right. So save, click on OK, and now I will come to my terminal. And in my terminal what I will do is I will simply move that from my root downloads folder, and I will move that chisel into my current working directory ls, and I will, it is gz, so I will simply do gunzip and chisel, hit enter, and now ls, and I will rename that to chisel.exe. So rename this one to chisel.exe, and now I am having chisel.exe. Let's upload it right here. So upload chisel.exe, and let's wait now. Okay, so now my chisel has been successfully uploaded. If I do dir, there is chisel.exe. Now at this point, I will be going to do forward proxy because I am already from another tunnel which is sshutle. So this time using forward proxy will make things much more easier. So to do forward proxy, the forward proxy is actually the reverse of, you can say, reverse proxy. So in reverse proxy, we are having server on our Kali machine and client on our this Windows machine. But in forward proxy, now the client will be my Kali machine and the server will be the Windows machine. So what I'll be going to do now is I will come here, and first of all I will need to start a server here. So what I will do is I will simply run chisel.exe, and then I will specify that I need to start server. So server, and then I need to specify port. So the port, let's say, now I think so there is firewall running, so I cannot start chisel right now. So looks like to me that yes, I cannot start chisel. So I think so I need to add the port where I will start chisel into the firewall rule. So let's go to Google again for that one. So I will say Windows firewall add port command line. So let's see what do we get. So open port in Windows firewall in Windows 10 looks fine, because I think so netsh is used for that purpose. So if I come here to this page and if I scroll right at the bottom, there will be a command right here. So open a port using netsh, and there is a command line command. So that's what I am looking for. So I will copy this one from here, copy, come to my terminal, paste that command in, and I will change a few things. First of all, port, let's do 47,001, and I will be going to change the rule name. Let's name any rule, so that will be chisel. Let's say chisel 47,001. So looks fine now. If I hit enter, and it says okay, so now I can run chisel on port 47,001. So if I do chisel.exe, then I will specify server, and then I will specify the port. So port will be 47,001, and it will allow me because I have added that port into my firewall. And afterwards I will be going to go for, let's see, because I will be going for SOX proxy, so I need to specify, I think so, minus SOX 5 like this. If I hit enter, let's see, yeah, it gives me an error. An attempt was made to access a socket in a way forbidden. So let's see what is the error message right here. Let's try to open another port right here. So what I'll be going to do is do netsh command again. Let's try to open port 55555. So 5 fives, and hit enter. It says okay. Now if I do chisel again and on port 55555, hit enter now. Okay, this time it does listen. So something was wrong with the port. Might be someone else might be using, or I don't know exactly. So now the server is started. So now onto my Kali, I will be going after the client. So what I will do onto my Kali machine will be simple. So I will do chisel. Now chisel is already installed in Kali Linux. I don't need to install that one or download a specific binary. I can simply do apt install chisel and it will get downloaded. I will say that I am the client and I need to connect to my 10.287.150 machine on port. The port is 55555, and I need to start SOX proxy. So I will specify the port number which is in my etc proxy chains 4.configuration file, and that is 1080. I will confirm it as well. So SOX like this, and looks fine. Now you will be assuming that why I am not written proxy chains in the beginning, and the reason is that I am using sshutle, and sshutle does not allow to use any proxy chains and those sort of stuff. It is direct VPN, you can say. So hit enter, and let's see if I get connected, and yes, I get connected right here. So I am connected. Now I will just confirm into my proxy chains file. So cat etc proxy chains 4.conf file, and if I scroll at the bottom, I should have the same port. Yes, so localhost 1080 SOCKS 5 looks fine. Let's come back here, looks everything fine. So now my tunnel should be created. So let's go to the browser and let's see if I'm having 10 200 and 87.100, and let's see, and it gives me a page. And the strange thing is that I actually didn't, in my Foxy proxy, I didn't switch to SOCKS 5. That was actually strange. So now I found out there were some resources right here in my Git repository. Now I should have ran that in background, but that's fine. I will just move it right at the top. So like this, if I do ls cd into website.git, website ls cd into number 1, and I was having resources directory, and in resources there is index.php. So let's hope for the best that I am having resources. Hit enter, and I am having an error which says unable to connect. If I see if I turn that off, I think so that will not work, but let's see. 10 287 100 resources, or let me check my SOCKS 5 proxy. So if I do edit this one, yeah, okay, so I am having a wrong port right here. The port should be same as 1080. So click on save now, and I will be opening a new private window just because the history is being shown right there, so that will make no sense for you. So SOCKS 5 now 10 200, and the strange thing is the history is also shown here. So the better thing is, let me delete my history. Okay, so I did everything. Now if I do 10 200 87.100 and hit enter, and now I am having a page. So now it's working. So now there was a resources folder which I found out from there. So if I do resources and hit enter, let's see what do we got. Okay, so it's saying username and a password, and it says welcome Thomas. So it's saying welcome Thomas, so Thomas might be the username, and we found out some potential usernames in our previous enumeration. If you see my previous video, I am having a lot of usernames. So I will just come to my TryHackMe room there, and I will be going for copying the username which I got. It was in, I think so, task number 21. Right here we found hashes, we found the username and the password. So let's see what we got from there. So Thomas user, okay, so Thomas user password is this one, and the username is Thomas. So let's come here, and if I do refresh the page, Thomas, paste in the password, click on OK, and here we have that file upload page. So now I have a file upload page. Let's analyze the source code of this one because I am having the complete source code, and let's see how it goes on. So if I do ls, I think so that was the second one which was having this page. So cd dot cd into second one ls, and I will cd into resources, and I will open this in Sublime Text, Sublime index.php. And let's analyze this code because this looks a little bit of difficult. So first line is post upload and is uploaded files. If I scroll down, let me see if this is the one. Doesn't look like that this is the one. It is just giving message success and message method, message fail. Yeah, I think so. That was from number one. So cd dot dot cd into dot dot again cd1 and cd into resources and sublime index.php again. And yeah, looks like this one is the one actual code. So good extensions are JPEG, JPEG, PNG and GIF. Then it's going into the uploads directory. So let me see if there is an uploads directory after this resources. So uploads, yes, it does exist, but I am forbidden, so no problem at all. Then if I come back to my sublime text, then let's see what the actual code. So he is using $size is equal to get image size. Okay, so the get image size function is getting the dimensions of this one. Now this is a very unique trick to get the check that whether the image is actually image, because from the exif metadata or exiftool metadata, the image is having special sort of dimension. So get image size is verifying that whether that is an image or no. So we need to download our random image, because without that will be not possible to bypass this one. Then he is having in array explode. Now explode actually distributes one thing into two pieces, and he is doing a period sign here, which means that whenever you see a period, just distribute it into two parts. So let's say the file name is test.php, so it will move test into another one and php into another one. And he is also checking that not of size. So if the size is false, then give error message as well. So highly strict instructions right here. Then what he is doing is nothing really. So he is exploding. Okay, so he is using in array function, so which means that whatever file extension will be, he will put it into two parts. Let's say image.php, so he will put image in one part of array and array into the second part of array, and then he is choosing number one, which means that if he is choosing number one and he is comparing it with good extension. So let's say if I put image.jpg, so it will separate image, it will separate jpg, it will copy jpg, compare it with good extensions, jpg is present, and it will say yes, you can upload this file. But the problem here is that what if I do image.jpg.php? So then it will again separate these three, and again it will copy the number one that will be having jpg, and I can upload the file. But at the end I have added .php as well, so it becomes a php file as well. So for this purpose we use exiftool. So what I can do, I can rename download an image, rename it, and in the comments I can simply put a php reverse shell, or not a reverse shell as well. We can put some malicious php code, and then we can upload it and try to execute some malicious command. So that's what the complete thought process would be right here. So let's come into resources upload page, and I would need to download any random image. So I think so let's go to Google, or let me download a random image and then let's continue. So I will pause the video right here and download any random image. Okay, so I have downloaded a random image right here with image.jpg. So what I can use is exiftool and add a comment into this one, and then I can upload this, and hopefully that will work. So what I will be going to do is let's use exiftool. Now to install, you can do apt install exiftool. I already have installed that one, so I will directly do exiftool. And first of all, let's do exiftool on this image and let's see what it says. So nothing really interesting, but there will be one thing which we can do. We can add a comment here as well. So what I will do is exiftool, and I will do dash comment is equal to, and in the comment I can add a malicious php code. So what if I do this one php, and in the beginning I will try only basic thing, because whenever you do things in the beginning you need to test for command execution. You can try a very basic things like let's say php info function. So php info like this, and semicolon at the end, question mark, and then this. So I need to add this one right here. Looks fine for me. So then I will simply say that add this comment into that image. So I will do image.jpg and hit enter, and it says one file successfully updated. So if I do ls, and I will be having image.jpg which is updated. And the best thing of exiftool is that it creates the original files separately. So if something is happens wrong, I am having original file right here. So if I do now, let's exiftool again onto this image. So image.jpg, and hopefully right here you can see I'm having a comment and it says php echo php info function. Looks fine. So now if I rename this image to image.jpg.php, now I am bypassing the filters right here. So looks fine. Let's come back here and I'll click on browse, go to my home, TryHackMe-Wreath, and I will click on all files, and I will click on image.jpg.php, click on open, and hopefully it should bypass the filter. So if I click on upload, let's see what it says. And here we go, we have files uploaded successfully. Let's go to the uploads folder, uploads, hit enter, and it gives me 403 forbidden, but that's fine. I can try to execute that file after this uploads folder as well. So I can do image.jpg.php, which was my file, hit enter, and let's see what it says now. And here you go. So my php info is running here. So we have a potential remote code execution. So now, and I can see my PHP version as well, which is 7.4.11, and all of the information. So I have a potential remote code execution, and now I can move on to a reverse shell. But right now in this session, we will be having only up till here, because there is an antivirus running onto this machine, and we need to do some sort of obfuscation over this PHP code and do some more other stuff. So this video will get too long. So I will stop it right here, and let's come back to answer the questions. So if I come right here from task number 33, enumeration. So in enumeration, let's see what he is doing. He is trying to upload netcat, that is strange, local scripts. Okay, so he is doing inward port scan, and we found two ports, which was 80,3389. 3389 is RDP. Then I need to change my Foxy proxy. Now if I click on submit, let me refresh the page. So now let's try again. So port 80,3389, hit enter, and this is the correct answer. Let's go to the pivoting section and let's see what it says. So he is also adding port 47,000 using netsh, then using the webalizer of browser extension, the identified server-side programming language, including the version. So it was PHP. We just got right here PHP 7.4.11. So I will simply do it right here, PHP 7.4.11, submit, and it is correct. Then the wonders of Git, using WinRM access to look around the Git server. What is the absolute path of website.git? So the absolute path was, if I see, it was in, I think so, C gitstack repository website.git, this one. Let's paste it right here, submit, yes. Then you may need to specify the local path, git, rename it to .git. Okay, then he is trying to explain all of the tools, git extractor, and this is a unique command to get the commits. We can use git log as well to get the commits, and then done as well. Website code analysis. Yeah, so right here he is analyzing the code. What does Thomas have to phone Mrs. Walker about? So this was quite strange. I think so that's something from the git repository. Let's go directly right here, cd into website.git, and then website ls cd into 0 ls. Nothing looks interesting. Cd into number 2, ls, cd into resources, ls, assets, ls, nothing here. So whether there is any strange file, doesn't look to me. Let me see then. Hint, read a to-do list in the file. So where I am having that to-do list. So aside from the filter, what protection method is likely to be in place to prevent people from accessing this page? Hint again. Point number 3 in the to-do list. So there is somewhere to-do list which we need to figure out where it is. So let's see whether that is on the box. Let me see where it is. I am having chisel right here, but I can stop the tunnel now to see. So I'll press Control C right here, and my chisel is gone. I'll connect again. So let's see where it is. Okay, so that file, if I see somewhere in this one. Okay, so here it is to do. So finishing the styling, it looks awful. This one and then this one. So let's see what now it was asking, and that was not a relevant question, but that's fine. What does Thomas have to phone Mrs. Walker? So phone Mrs. Walker about the neighborhood watch meetings. So let's copy this and paste it here. Aside from the filter, what protection method is likely to be in place to prevent people from accessing this page? So upgrade the filter on this page, can't rely on the basic authentication is that one. So basic auth, paste here, submit. And if I scroll down, which extensions are accepted? So those extensions were, let's see the format. So JPG, JPEG, PNG and GIF. So I will do JPG, JPEG, PNG dot GIF, submit, and then we have ourselves a vulnerability, that's fine, and then exploit POC. And right here he is again doing all of the things. He found first of all the login page, we logged in, upload page, we can upload files using exiftool right here, installing exiftool, adding the comment. So he's using a payload echo test payload. So he's simply doing test payload. I use PHP info function, and that was all about it too. So now we are left only with antivirus evasion, and that will be end of this one, because we will be going to do that all stuff in the next video, and hopefully the next video will be the last one. So that was all about today's video. Hopefully you will like it, and I will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.